Hi, everybody. This is Allison from Alley Cat Creations. How are you? Please like, share, and subscribe to my content if you have not done so already. And if you are so inclined to help keep this channel going, all the links are at the bottom of the description. I have memberships, and my website is AllykatKreations211.com. That's where you can help me out and maybe purchase something. You could do that via email because they do everything privately. For the short introduction that I'm doing today, um, I want to talk and discuss about what happened today with Odin, not about the inauguration. Even though that was saving me at some point. I just like to be transparent with everybody who follows me, who listens to me. Um, so Odin hasn't been feeling good from what I've noticed, about a week. I don't know how long he's not been okay. But the last straw was yesterday. He did not eat. He was eating and drinking, not as much, but he was still eating. So I was watching him to see maybe he ate something, maybe he's depressed. Like, before I go out and spend money I don't have, I have to make it make sense. So I've been watching him, and yesterday was my last straw because he stopped eating. Brought him into the vet. I got there at 7:30 this morning. Vet got me in at 8 and basically stayed there until a little past 11 o'clock. Um, so basically they took him back to rule out a whole number of things. Did he eat something and his intestines are bound? Because you could see his spine is sticking and protruding out of his skin. Usually cats, you don't see that unless they're emaciated, but his belly is filled with really heavy fluid. It's not just like white clear, it's yellow. So that prompted the vet to tell me that Odin has FIP, which is fatal unless treated. I never heard of this before, and I will go into it. Let me get the information. Hang on. I'm going to pull something up. There are some words I am not going to read, only for entertainment purposes only, YouTube. Um, but I just want you guys to know what he's dealing with, what is going on, to be transparent, because I will show the estimates of what this is going to cost. And I know people are already helping me out with donations, and I'm going to cry. Super appreciative to everybody who's been just giving prayers. I know a lot of people don't have it. Um, Love, light, energy, frequency, like, just know that helps, and thank you. Some people have already financially helped me little bits, which actually helped me big time today. We all know my financial situation is dire, right now, and anything and all things help. But I want to go more into what's wrong with him, um, and dispel some things, because a lot of people, of course, want to be helpful and have told me do the holistic thing. And trust me, I can. Someone just sent me something that I researched a little bit earlier. Like, I've been up since I didn't even sleep really last night. I'm exhausted. So sorry. I'm a little emotional. I couldn't even put my eyes to a book today to do a reading. So why I wanted to do a video about what's going on with Odin. Um, I know a lot of people are against vets and doctors and things of that nature, and I am too, to an extent. But unfortunately, not all things are going to be a one-all be-all for all animals or all people. When I have stuff in the house, I've been trying to give Odin the last week, and it is absolutely not working. And you have to be really careful with what I am giving him, that I'm not overdoing it, because that can also cause failure of organs. So that was my biggest concern when I went to the vet today. Did I harm him even more? Um, so I ordered some holistic drops. It's like a kit. That should be here. Again, nothing can be rushed because of pricing and things of that nature, 3 to 9 days from now. So I'm like at my wit's end. Someone is sending some stuff that will be here tomorrow that I can start with him. Um, but let me share my screen. So he has FIP. Okay, it's infectious. Okay, this is why I can't say that word without getting flagged, even though that's probably achoo. Okay, but this is what has happened to Odin. Whatever he got mutated, and it changed to a more harmful type of virus. Okay, so that feline virus, you're right, with that C beginning, mutated in him. That's why a lot of things that people told me to give him were not working, because it already has mutated. And this is the crazy part, because Freya is using the same litter box as him and shares the same water dish, and she's fine. So I don't know. I'm really thankful that she's not sick. She's fine. She's a little sassy priss. Love her to death. Um, so it remains on to how he actually got it. And I honestly don't know how he got this. Did it come off of me from work? And I'll get there's a little section I'm gonna go into. I honestly don't know, and at this point it really doesn't matter. Diagnosing FIP is very challenging for many reasons. Unfortunately, there is no laboratory test available that can distinguish between the enteric, the name said, and FIP causing strains. Even when infected with known FIP causing strains, many cats do not develop FIP disease. The factors determining why one cat becomes diseased while others remain unaffected are unclear. So getting just a common cold, right? Most cats in their lifetimes will get it. Um, and this is a very rare event, and of course, Odin gets it because it's less than 5% to 10% of infected cats, and less than 1% of the cats admitted to the veterinary hospitals. Um, so this is like a fecal oral route. Now, in my past, let me just share my screen for a little. In my past, I know that in the wintertime, when Morgan was maybe 10 years old, um, when we brought her to the vet, she had parasites. Don't know how they got it, but my doctor at in Staten Island was saying like, oh, it's cold outside, it's ice, and you have possums, you have raccoons, you have other animals in your area. When you're walking on the concrete and then you're taking your shoes off or whatever, and the cat walks on it or, finds something on the floor and licks it, it can get that. So I don't know because I have so many animals that like to visit over here. Uh, if he got it from that, I don't know. But it also says here the virus can remain dormant or inactive in the body for months to years. So Odin might have, when I didn't, he's 3, maybe between when he was born and then when he went to the cat cafe, he might have had a strain and will lie dormant and something here set it off. I don't know. But if this is the case, he could have already had this and it was just lying for a time to come out. Who knows? So something could have triggered him off if he already had this within him. And it usually hits younger cats, but Odin is 3. So he's still kind of young. It says 2 years of age, but it could develop at any age. So here's what he's presenting. In cats, the developed FIP, the first signs of illness may be very vague, and that it was. I didn't know, you know, lethargy, decreased or absent appetite, weight loss, and fluctuating fever, which I don't think he had, are commonly reported in clinical signs after a period of several days or a few weeks. Other symptoms typically begin to occur. So, in the last 2 weeks, I've noticed that Odin has been very lethargic, not coming out, not being playful like he normally does. Usually he'll come and sleep with me and Freya, and he hasn't been doing that. And then the last week, when I was giving him that other thing that I have in the house, I noticed his appetite decreasing. So I give him and Freya like half a small can of food, and he wasn't eating it, which was okay. Maybe you just don't like that flavor. So he changed it up and he would eat a little bit, but not a whole thing like he used to. The cat used to devour everything. So I know that was like my first sign something's not right. And this is where he's at. At this stage, most cats will develop the wet or effusive form of FIP, which that's what he has, which refers to accumulation of fluid in the body cavities. Fluid may accumulate in the abdomen, leading to a swollen abdomen, or in the chest cavity, resulting in difficulty in breathing. Okay, so thankfully, um, his chest cavity is huge. I took a picture off the screen. They didn't give me the pictures of all the x-rays. I was sneaky and took one that was up on the computer screen when she left the room. Um, let me just send this to myself. And then I'll share it on screen. I mean, when I like sitting there at the vet and just like, what the hell? Because it took a while. it took a while. Okay, hang on. Just minimize that. And that. And that. And that. Now I can halfway see my screen. Now I have to go looking at my. I don't understand. My computer is so wonky doodle. When I save stuff and I save it to my desktop, it like things disappear. Where did it go? I know, look, you see, I'm a mess because I've been tearing up and crying all day. I need to, it needs to come out of me. I mean, I'm fine if he passes, I'll be fine. I just, I'll get into that. A ducky. Fuck a ducky, you're the one. You make my life not so fun. I'm just gonna open it this way because why not? Because I can't find the thing. All right. So I don't know if you could see my cursor. Oh, well, no, it's no longer a cursor, but if you see that little cross here, uh, this is all fluid down in here. All this white is fluid. And it's not just like white fluid and clear or milky, it is yellow and it's heavy. All this like black stuff right here, that's gas that she said is in his intestines. And then he has poop back here in his colon. But he's really distended right here. And that's why you could see his back, his bone that's now being seen through his fur is up with his pelvis. So that's the one x-ray I was able to obtain um from the vet. Um that's the stage he's in right now. He is breathing. Um Thank goodness he's breathing. He's just very lethargic and they gave me like appetite enhancers. So like if I give him the medicine tomorrow, I'll want him to eat, hopefully. But if he doesn't eat, I have to take him back into the vet. Um, Not ideal for me because that costs money. I don't have. We'll get into that. So let me go back to the article here. Um, he doesn't have this dry, which affects other things. Once disease develops without treatment, most individuals deteriorate rapidly, although some cats remain normal for several weeks. Until recently, the disease was fatal in almost every case. Most cats exposed to feline blank virus, even to the potentially FIP inducing strains, can develop an immune response that protects them. So only a small portion of infected cats develop clinical disease. However, as stated above, those that do develop the disease almost invariably die without treatment. They did this today. I don't know how much fluid they got out of him because they did show me a syringe full of fluid, but they did tap into him to help alleviate a little bit. Um, So they kind of did everything else. They did blood panel on him to see and rule out everything else, which everything else came back negative. Um, so this is what they're saying. Historically, FIP has been fatal in almost all cases. Supportive treatments may extend longevity and improve quality of life, but there is no proven cure. Anti-inflammatory drugs such as corticosteroids, prednisone, in combination with certain drugs, will suppress the immune system, may temporarily reduce inflammation and improve the cat's quality of life. While experimental treatments are being investigated, access to these treatments have been limited and has prevented a specific treatment protocol from being proven effective. However, they may offer a possible cure for a disease that was considered inevitably fatal. And the newer antiviral medications, I know this is going to be a trigger for some. I'm not going to read it. And this is the one that we're getting for Odin. GS 441524 was legalized in 2021 for the treatment of FIP and now is available in the United States. It's also in the United States, emergency drug release. If the cat responds to treatment, improvement is often seen within a few days. This right here is what my vet is getting for me. They have to import it from Canada. So So as a precaution, many veterinarians that you wait about a month after infected cat dies before introducing a new cat into the home to minimize the chance of exposure to the virus. In a multi-cat household which an infection cat has died, it is recommended to wait at least 3 months to see if any other cats develop clinical disease. So that's basically there's two drug options and they're getting me that one. So here's where I am emotionally at. Morgan, I had to watch die. Ethan was traumatic. That was crazy shit. And yes, I know spiritually they're fine. He'll transcend. Everything will be freaking rosy and great after a few weeks. I'm not worried about the transition. That doesn't bother me. The soul thing doesn't bother me. None of that bothers me. Um, it's finding out why this cycle when I moved here, like why two cats within 2 years. I mean, one happened in 23, one happened in 22. Ethan died in 23, Morgan died in 24, and now it's 2025. Like, I don't want to have to put down another cat if I don't have to. Don't know why this is occurring in the cycle. Not upstairs is not telling me any of this. Yeah, it's from my experience, but I don't think I wanted a catalyst of like my animals dying constantly. That's not like why I adopted two beautiful cats to rescue them and to give them a good home is to watch them die. Like within the year, within months of adopting them. That's not the plan. I will not fold to that timeline. Not happening. Not happening. Um, so when the vet came back to talk to me, I asked them to estimate because the treatment is 3 months. So I get a pills that are $350. It's a lot of money, but I've been on medication that was like 3,500 for an injection. So I can't argue the fact. For $350, um, for 90 days, I'm gonna get pills that I can administer at home. Where the costs and care come into is bringing him to the vet every week to get blood, not blood work, all I think bi-weekly blood work, but just to get his vitals checked, just to make sure everything is looking good. And that's where the cost is going to come in even more because $350, I have very generous people that have already contributed to the medication. Thank goodness. It's just the rest of the care that I am now trying to figure this out. So I'm being transparent because I don't want anybody thinking that I am here trying to grab money for an aggrandizement or for greed. Um, I'm just gonna fold the top, which is just my personal information. I know this is not mirrored, but that was today's bill. $453 and 75 cents. Now, there's two totals here. I don't buy it. And it's not to say, because I already called another veterinarian that's up the block from here. Their prices are just about the same. I've been on the phone and wrangling my head with different what to do all day long. Not stressing. Thank God I already had the white hair. But just like getting that second opinions and asking them like what how much would this be and how much would that be? It's all about comparably the same price. So no matter where I go, it's going to be priced very much the same. Um, so I did do that. I did get a second opinion. I called a vet up the block and they said the same thing to me, like, yeah, this is not good. The outcome is, he could die tomorrow. It's all God's will. But if I have the chance to get him treatment and to help him, I'm going to do my best. I would do it for anybody else's animal. I have done it for other people's animals. Um, I'm a very big giver when I have it. And I've just to let people know, they know who they are, who received my help. I'm not here to, once again, solicit sympathy or empathy or pity. I don't need that. I just want people to understand and be transparent on my channel. Um, why I'm going to probably do a fundraiser tomorrow to see if I can get some help. I already have some people donating to me, and I can't thank you. There's the waterworks again. I can't thank you guys enough. This is not an easy, this I was left fielded. Why? Because I'm already in rock bottom for everything else in my life. Um, this is real deal rock bottom. And I plan on persevering and getting out of this rock bottom. If it wasn't for many of you that help me here and there when you can, I don't know how I would eat or survive. Seriously, I wouldn't know what to do. I'm not irresponsible with my funds. Um, I'm planning on seeing if I could sell a bunch of stuff. Uh, whatever I can get and whatever I can do just to keep myself afloat right now. But Odin takes precedence over my bills. Besides the heat and the electric and the internet bill, everything else can go fuck off. I don't care. So again, I'm unfolding my information. So one section is a low, one section is a high total. So the low end of this 3-month treatment of taking him every week or even bi-weekly is $1,116. That's low. Okay, that does not include the medication. The high end is $1,994, which let's just estimate at $2,000. And that once again is just an estimate. It's not the exact. Um, so that's where I'm at for 3 months. If I give him the treatment and he starts responding to it, the vet will then see him bi-weekly, so every 2 weeks, because his liver has also been damaged. And if I give him this treatment, it will his liver will heal. But this is going to be a long process. I've spoken to a few people on a holistic site already that said that their cats have had it. Um, they went the similar route that I went, and that their cat is healthy and thriving right now. So that's the good news that I want to keep my focus and my timeline and my energy with, that this is just a bump in my road, a bump in his road, and that I will have him. But tomorrow is never promised to anybody, and it's not promised to him either. And not to say he'll always be with me. Ethan and Morgan are always with me. The death aspect of it sucks, but I'm used to that. Sadly enough, I'm used to death. So I'm not afraid of it. And if that's the way his life was planned out and he wanted to choose me to take it out, have his end of life with me, I'm very thankful for that. Very, very thankful for that anyway. I want to give my animals the best possible life they could deserve. Odin, he can thrive, and he was up until whatever just happened. Um, I mean, little Thor is treated like a king from the outside, and I was thinking about the outside component, but he seems to be fine. Um, Once again, it is cold out here. Something could attract in on me. Um, little Thor hasn't been in the house. I haven't let him in, so and his food dishes and their food dishes don't get touched or washed, and I use different sponges for everything. So I don't know. I mean, like I said about California, it's already here. It happened. I can't go back and change anything. I just have to watch Freya now. So that's where I'm at with him. And mentally, I'm just tired, just really tired. Um, I've treated my first cat, Taffy. He had a fecal impaction. He went blind. He died in my car with a heart attack. Um, but I took care of him. I hand fed him, and I had to confine him to my bathroom. Uh, so I know how to take care of sick animals. I got Morgan to live a whole year past where they were projecting her to die within a few weeks of her diagnosis with kidney failure, and I got her to last a whole entire year. So I'm being optimistic, but being realistic that tomorrow he might not wake up. Um, but I'm holding out hope and faith that the vet gets this medication ASAP. I was able to acquire care credit, not that much, just about $2,000. So I will be able to put it on a card and then pay it out slowly. But I don't even have the money right now to even pay it out. I have enough right now, thanks to some beautiful people, to pay for the medication. And it might go up. She told me it might go up in dose, and that's an extra cost. So holding out hope that it stays at 350. Um, I have beautiful people that watch me that are a part of my family, and thankfully were able to give me that donation. So the medicine is covered. It's just getting him the care, going to the vet. Um, in the meantime, I ordered, what goes on with my printer? Someone sent me an FIP holistic, two types of medications or like holistic treatments that I'm going to try from Natural HIV Natural Pet. I just ordered that. So hopefully it gets here between 3 to 9 days. Once again, it's holding out hope that he hangs on for that long. Um, so many papers. So I just wanted to come on and do a video about what's going on with Odin. And it's not to disrespect anybody when they're telling me to do certain things or give him certain things. I will try some holistic stuff that will not affect anything else. I just want people to realize that we're all individuals, including animals, and animals are very more temperamental than a human. Cats can't tell you what's wrong. You have to make an assessment. For me, I gave it, it didn't matter how much time I gave it, he would have still ended up in this state. Everything has a divine orchestration and a divine timing for things to happen. And this happened now. Thankfully, I got a diagnosis. I know what's wrong with him, and I can go from here and step forward into how do I get him help. Um, it's devastating to know that this is something that he could die from, that it can happen any day. Tomorrow I'm off, so once again I lose a day's pay. I'm gonna check my email to see if I have to go in. I don't know. Um, so hopefully, if I don't know what goes on. I don't even care. Yes, it's freaking beyond cold outside. But I went out, he was fine. I blanketed him up. I put a big towel because he has been peeing on himself. Um, I put a big towel down just in case he did have to go. And I put blankets on top of the carrier, and then I sat in my car for a little bit before I brought him into my car. So it was nice and warm and cozy for him because my car sucks. And got him there and I got him back. If I can't get him to eat, he goes in tomorrow, which is a problem because that's a bill right there. So hopefully he does eat something, or I have to go to the store at some point tomorrow and get some syringes, at least to get something sucked up, like juice or something to get sucked up and fed into him. I have IV fluids that I had kept from Morgan. I never threw out the saline bag, thank God. I'm not stupid. And I'm gonna give him some IV fluids the next few days. He had plenty today. We were there for 4 hours at the vet, and they had him on a drip for 4 hours. So tomorrow I can give him his IV treatment. Um, so we'll see what goes on. Um, Tomorrow, if I am home and I will be doing. I'm going to be doing a craft and sip, but also like a little fundraiser for Odin, where I'm going to just list my PayPal, my Venmo, my Cash App. That is the fastest way to get stuff to me. Doing it through YouTube, I still have yet to get paid from YouTube. I haven't found it, so I don't know. I got a phone call. Sorry about that. So my plan for moving forward during the craft and sip tomorrow, I would like to have a fundraiser um to see, and here's the thing. I'm not requesting anybody to donate or to not. That's on your free will. I showed you the paperwork. If you have, great. If not, that's okay. Just your support, your prayers, your love is so appreciated. So appreciated. Um, if in the event of his passing, I will refund everybody back what they have donated, because obviously I will have to cremate him and he'll just go on my shelf with all the other cats. Um, I'm hoping that doesn't come to that. I'm hoping that the therapy will work, the medicine will work, and that I'll have my cat back to best in 3 months. Um, Life is uncertain, and like I said earlier, nothing is promised tomorrow. So I'm really putting my prayer out to universe, to spirit, to everybody to bring in all the angels that can help me and help Odin get back to his best. And however that happens, whether it be in, remote Reiki and just sending him his love and light and sending him bubbles of love, and that's really what matters. I just hope that he can survive the next couple of days until this medicine comes in. And I'm very thankful for the people who already helped me, because today's bill was 500 just about. Um Now, with the estimation, that's just bringing him in. But if he needs to go back to the vet and get hospitalized or have to stay the day, that's about $400. So that's, I don't remember what post I put it on, but like my top goal is 5,000. Um, it's a lot, but if something goes wrong between now and medicine and he needs to go to the vet or whatever have you, that's not included in that estimate. Um, so that's why I'm freaking out. More so than anything else, I have gotten care credit. I have a little bit of line of credit there with them. So if that's just in the emergency case. Um, I have that as an emergency. Tomorrow I'm also going to try to apply for food stamps. I definitely need to get on that because everything still is very high. I know it's day one of Liberation Day, but things do take time economically to calm down. Why I was stalling out on taking a home equity loan or any other kind of loan just for quick cash, besides going to the pawn shop and seeing what other jewelry and other stuff from my parents I can have to part with because I have no choice. Um, and try to sell some things, but that stuff takes time and there's no guarantees things sell when you need it. Um, that's where I'm at. Here is back 2 years ago. I'm back, not wanting to, didn't intend for this to happen, but this is where I'm at. So I really hope that help in any capacity comes through, whether it be prayers, whether it be through financial means or just giving me some techniques or whatever you have. I really do appreciate you guys so much. This community, I hope, is going to grow. I hope more people join in on the spiritual aspect because that is really what's needed. Um, like I always mention to myself, I have to keep myself in check. This is an illusion. This is a test for me. And I have to be optimistic, which I am. I'm not trying to I'm being logical and rational because it is something fatal. He can die tomorrow. That would be very upsetting, but I'd be okay because that's his choice. That was his soul contract. Animals have them too. Um, not as extensive as ours, but he was placed in my life for a reason. So I have to take the beautiful aspect of that and apply it to his situation. He chose me, I chose him, and I have to be here for him. That's my baby. And I'm going to do what I can to keep him thriving and surviving in the meantime until his number is up. But if there's any way you guys can help, I don't know what I'm going to do. Um, but I just wanted to put this out there to clarify some things, to show you the concrete evidence that I don't want anybody to think I am grifting or stealing or making his shit up. I just showed you the proof and the evidence from his x-ray and paperwork here that there is something wrong. This is not pretend make believe. This is real deal shit. Um, it's very disheartening that my soul would choose this. And I don't know why. Like I screamed in tears when I got home and put Odin on the floor and wrapped him in a blanket. I screamed at myself for allowing this to continue and perpetuate, that I put a fucking limit down and we're not doing this no more. And then I get told, well, alchemize your thoughts. Well, I am, but that still doesn't take away a cat suffering and feeling sick. Yeah, shit does happen. Cats do get sick. Animals get sick. I get that. But come on. Something has to give in life. And it doesn't end for me. And as much as I don't like to say that, it's perpetually true. The cycle is needing to be broken. I don't know how to break it. Besides changing my mindset, which I have. I mean, it's not like I'm sitting and collecting from the government a check every month. I'm not. I'm working. I can't tell you how many rejection emails I've gotten because they can't give me the hours I need to work. I need to work from 5 to 10. Or comparable to that, I get out of work at 3 and sometimes 3:30. There's no I need wiggle room to get to the next job. Even if it's like 3 days a week or something in a weekend. A lot of these places need daytime shifts. I can't do daytime shifts unless I'm off. And summer, I could do all the day shifts I want unless I get summer school or I get told I can become a teacher, which might be a possibility. I'm working on it. I'm hoping that 47 within a month or two puts out some information to get schooling for accreditations for nothing. That'd be freaking fantastic. I can get a new skill. I can go back to school and do something that will pay in the 3D realm, something more than I'm getting now. I'm doing everything within my physicality to put effort into doing better, getting better. I have a mission and I can't really stray from it, but if I could get a better position that requires me to put money into getting to school or going back to school, I don't have the money. And I'm not paying all that interest rate to go get a loan right now to go back to school. Because if 47 gives it for free, I'm going to wait for that. I got to do what's within my human reach. I already had paid off one student loan for that degree up there that you can't see. And that took me a very long time to finish paying off. It's disturbing how this world works. It's disturbing the pricing on things. It's disturbing. And I hope that things are going to get better, but in the moment, it's not. So I have to work with what I have in the now moment, not in a future timeline that is unwritten. And there's a lot of unknowables. And off topic, I had to learn a hard lesson a few years ago about putting expectations on anything because timelines are continually shifting, and I didn't understand that at the time. Just like Odin, I'm not projecting an outcome for him. Besides, I want him to thrive. But the realization and expectation that this might not work and he might die anyway is always there. But I'm not putting any expectations on any of that. I'm just going to put it positively forward. He's going to thrive. How that's going to happen, how that outcome works, is up to God. When it comes to the political stuff that we had unfold today, I got I couldn't listen in the car so much because of the my reception was not good. I was not running properly. So when I got home, I put on WeNotMe to watch the inauguration. And what I was reading in the chat, saying hi to everybody, stop putting expectations of what things are going to look like, because it's not going to come out the way you think it is. And I hope that lesson sticks with a lot of you today. I don't know what grandiose thing people keep projecting out as a distraction in the world. It's a distraction. They're not, and they were never going to do half of the things that people were projecting. I'm just being really honest. Not because I don't want to see some of that myself. I sure damn do. Don't think I don't. I might be neutral, but I still find niceties and pleasures in seeing justice be served. But I don't hold that expectation, and I thankfully didn't, because there was a lot of disappointed people today. And you could tell from the demeanor of the chat, even Jason was getting a little upset at the end. In a real righteous world, you have to take your ego out of it, and you have to understand the complexities of a whole, not just a few. The few wanted to see masks come down, you wanted to see arrests, you wanted to see the shit show really like take a full effect. And it didn't. Because you're only talking about a few, not a whole. What is good for the whole is not good for the few. So you have to take it in perspective that it's humanity, not just what you want or a movement wants. Things are going to happen in their own time frame if they happen the way it is being projected. And I wouldn't go based off of anything being projected in the ether right now, because once again, timelines are shifting, people are elevating, and certain events won't happen because we don't need that event anymore to wake people up or at least give conscious awareness to something. I could care less how many people are asleep or awake. That doesn't bother me anymore. It never did. Once I realized that we continuously create our reality, and as a humanity, we are all creating it together, that my fanciful, beautiful unicorn farts and sparkle timeline isn't going to come into fruition for a long time, because I need a large amount of people to go into that timeline for it to manifest and exist. I could jump into that and do it my own self. But we got to be realistic in our expectations of things. And when you put into your mind and allow other people to dictate to you what will or potentially happen, a lot of those potentialities never happened. A lot of things are projected out. Will they happen? I don't know. The only thing I do hope that does happen is I can go back to school and get better credentials so that I can do better for myself. Or for some miracle that this channel takes off and that more people come and seek me out and get some spiritual advice. Or find a pathway of me giving a book that will help you enlighten yourself. It's really what I want anyway. Is for you to enlighten yourself and get downloads. And I mean, Daniel Scranton spoke about this in one of his channelings the other day. Like the more people are talking about the esoteric, the occulty stuff, the things that are hidden in mystery, spirit, quantum mechanics, quantum physics, entanglement, star systems, star seeds, all of that stuff, all the experiences you're having, the more people that talk about it, the more it becomes no longer unconscious in the collective unconscious. It will become conscious. And more people will pick up on that and not be afraid to speak about it because more and more people are circulating the information. So if I can be that person and give you a permission slip to talk about your experiences, nothing is strange to me, nothing is weird. I get a lot of people that say that to me when they talk to me. They're like, I don't want you to think I'm strange. And then the but comes like, no, I'm not judging you. You're not strange. I just don't have a filter. So I'm going to tell you how it is from my perspective. Take it or leave it. Doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is that I'm helping you uplift yourself. It's important right now that we are all each other's shoulders. Here, spirits with me now. Not emotionally for me. See, my eyes are welling up. Um, my hope is that I can build this channel up and that I don't have to look for another job, that this will be enough for me to live off of amongst working my other job. This is only a second income and it's not much right now, but it's something. And if I build it, great. That's my goal. Selling my stuff is my always been my passion. You know, I graduated college with the premise that artists are starving, and I got told all the time by my parents and everybody, like, you're never going to make it in this world. You're never going to sell your artwork. Only a small percentage of people ever become famous. And I'm not looking for the famous. I don't need that feed ego thing. I don't. Never has been about that. It's not about ego. Um, it's about living and eating and putting shelter over my head. If that's having an ego, that's just human needs. I'm not looking for, like, one of my professors has a sculpture in Union Square in Manhattan. He got commissioned to draw something and that sculpture is hanging up and it's still there. I mean, I would love to get to that status, but I'm being realistic with what my talents are and what I have to offer to people. Um, if anybody's interested in doing a paint and sip private Zoom, I'm more than happy to host that and do a painting with everybody for a small fee. I'm cool doing that. I just need to figure out Odin first. And do what I can to help myself. That's really the crux of why I'm doing this video, is sharing. I don't want people thinking I'm taking advantage of them. I don't need that speculation. I'm showing you the evidence. I showed you a picture of the x-ray today. That's enough to say, okay, no, she's not lying. It's serious. I showed you what he was diagnosed with, the information via not saying a couple of words because of, hitting an algorithm that will get my video banned. I showed you the prices of everything and being really transparent because those are just estimations of what it could look like. It's not the final bill, and it's not, if he needs more or less, I don't know. We're not at that juncture yet. So I just like to be, I'm a very transparent person. I am very authentic in my words. I won't, if someone asks me to see my bank account, I'm sure I can figure out a way without showing all my information to show you that I'm not lying about anything um, that I'm presenting today or any day. I don't like to complain. I've learned to stop doing that. But what my team upstairs has encouraged me to do in the last 3 years is to ask for help. And sometimes I get help and sometimes I don't. And this time I know I have some people that have pulled through for me, and I do really highly appreciate all of you who has so far helped. And I know more people are doing what they can when they can, and that is so appreciated too. I'm going to do as much as I could possibly do to help myself get Odin back to best, but also get myself fed and get myself and my bills paid. It, it sucks to have to come down to doing something like this. It's not easy to pour your heart out because I know people will laugh. I mean, I don't care. I mean, seriously, back there is I'm a bitch, I'm a cunt. I could be those things, and I'm not apologetic about it. Um, things are really rough right now. And I mean, I'm sure my higher self is saying to say thank you to everybody for coming in as angels for me. Keep your prayers for little Mr. Odin. Little Thor, I put more straw, heavier straw, and a heating pad in his little hut to keep him nice and warm, because it's gonna be brutal the next couple of hours. It's already brutal today. Odin was crying in the car because it was so cold. Um, Pray that my car continues to work so I can get him to the vet. And I just need prayer warriors. That's all I can do, and all you guys can do for me right now. Just hope that he lasts the next couple of days, that I can get him to eat and continue to do the holistic support that I've been giving him. Um, and hopefully I hear back from the vet within the next couple of days that the medicine came and that we can start this treatment and move forward. And I'm going to do it regardless of my financial circumstances. Um, I'm hoping that interest rates drop and I don't have to take against my house. Whatever the case, um, I'm going to make it work because I don't give up. I persevere. I have already persevered. I've lost a lot and I'm willing to lose everything again. If that means he gets to live another couple of years to hopefully to old age like Morgan. Um, that's my hope and my wish to put into the universe. That this is something that can be cured, but if not treated, it's deadly and it could be fatal. And he's gonna have to be put down. And I don't want to go that route just yet. Just got the baby in August. So I wanted to clarify everything, be very transparent with everybody. Like I said, those are estimates. That's not really what it could come out to. So I do appreciate everybody from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much for those who already have helped me. That helped today, big time. And during the craft and sip tomorrow, who knows, I might do a giveaway. I might do something nice for people that help financially. We'll see. Still trying to figure out what tomorrow's project is going to be. Just mentally not here. I'm trying to get myself back into a grounded state where I can just breathe. I'm probably going to sleep really early tonight. I'm going to do the Time Is Now podcast, see what else is going on and keep the faith. So thank you, everybody, so very much for your help in any capacity that you're giving it. It is really super appreciated. And I know that's gaining brownie points upstairs. It sucks, but I will persevere. Sending everybody love, light, compassion, grace, shielding, and protective energy. Please go within. Stop being distracted by all the people who tell you all this stuff is going to happen and never happens. Don't have expectations of how things are going to look, because some things might be miraculous and like come out better than expected, and some things might not even happen at all. Be the physical shoulder for somebody today. You know, a lot of people are virtually my shoulders right now. I have a lot of people reaching out to me during the day to make sure I'm okay. And I do thank all of you for that. That's amazing. Thank you for that support. Be the lighthouse. You just being here. Wow, that was a lot of energy. Stop. You just being here and holding the light is lighting the way for everybody else. You or I cannot ascend without everybody else. Just know that. We all go together. No matter what frequency, no matter what broad bandwidth, no matter what density you're going to, the leap forward has to be everybody. And that includes the people you don't like. So get out of your ego and stop judging and start loving and giving unconditional love to people. Forgiveness is a very difficult thing, especially when people are still in the hate mode. Seed your truths respectfully and maturely. The "I told you so," nah, isn't going to work. It's just going to drive people away. Be witty, be clever in how you deliver your truth. Because you never know who you're going to help along the way. And it might be somebody that you thought you hated and you just have to have compassion for. They're not where you're at. Have compassion. So I will be on at some point tomorrow live. We'll see how the night goes with Odin. So far he's been stable. I've been in and out checking on him. doing research, looking at everything and applying for all kinds of stuff and looking at what my options are and then checking on him and hanging out with him for a little bit. So at some point tomorrow, I will be live. I'll be doing a sip and craft and sip. Um, and there I'll do like a fundraiser just to help him out. And you could do that at any time. My PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App are at the bottom. That's the fastest way for me to receive any funds. If you do it through YouTube, I haven't seen anything yet from them. Don't know why. Um, it's usually once a month. So we'll see what happens in February, but I'm not going to get it if you do it through YouTube. So I'm doing it through there. And even when you go through the like Give, Send, Go or GoFundMe and stuff like that, that also takes some time for it to be delivered. So I just don't have the time. Because if I had to take him to the vet tomorrow, you know, it is what it is. So I just wanted to put this out there. I want to thank everybody. I will at some point I will announce it on my social medias when I tend to go live. I don't know what time that's going to be. I don't know if I'm going to work tomorrow. We'll see. We'll put it out there in the universe. But just check my social medias. I'll put it on Telegram and excuse me, Facebook. It should hit Instagram. Everybody's in different spots. So we'll figure it out. I will figure it out. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you so much. Bye for now.